Hello everyone, I'm Brian Croy Dragon, and welcome back to Vox Adventures, third episode of the fall season. And then this is a strange change of scenery, but kitchen table's a mess, so here we are. Would have recorded Saturday, but had someone coming over to do some painting, much like Friday. So needed to be pretty much attentive in case he called me. Down to take a look. And if you're wondering why I'm laying down, well, just to see it works better. And let's just say that. Let's just leave it at that. So, what could I talk about? Not sure. Really not sure. With the opening of Jungle Cruise on the Magifund, me and some friends are going to be doing a stream on that MC server eventually. Just need everyone out to get some Safari skins. And we're gonna be doing the Halloween, covering the Halloween mashup pack soon. This Saturday, I believe. Also, check out my videos on the Egyptian mythology mashup pack. Halloween, Chinese, Egyptian. They're all for Bedrock, but you can also get ideas for Java. Yes, sir, you can get ideas for Java also. And perhaps one of the most interesting things I found is how to create a reflection in Minecraft. For, you see, like, in the Egyptian mythology pack there is a temple to the god Thoth. And in the temple floor there you see the reflection of the statue of the god in the temple. The rest of the temple around you. How's that done? Well, the floor is black stained glass. And then there's this, the entire temple from that specific room rebuilt. Upside down. So yeah, as you might have imagined, it's a lot of work. Oh jeez. Start playing 1.17.1 yesterday. Things were perfect until not responding stuff started. I'm a bit tired myself, so still a bit tired. Oh, moon's up. It's night time. Yeah. With any hope, this arrangement will be a one-day thing. Probably be getting the kitchen table clean because it's a mess right now. Might be getting the den. Den would be good too. Just a thought occurred to me. What is the longest film I own? It would seem the filmed stage recording I have of Götterdämmerung is the longest. $272. Scotland extended edition of Return of the King beat. That's only 251 minutes. And yes, I do like opera. I have a few opera CDs. Some DVDs. I even have a graphic novel adaptation of a 4-part opera cycle. The Ring of the Nibelung, which, of course, is what Götterdämmerung is a part of. And if you know the saying, it isn't over until the fat lady sings, that's where it comes from. It comes from Götterdämmerung, even though, well, Brunhilde isn't exactly the character with the final line. That would be Mime. Mime? No, Hagen. Hagen is the one with the final line. Mime dies in Siegfried. Why would he have a line in Götterdämmerung? Yeah, leave it to me to get uncle and nephew mixed up. It should also be put on record that the actress who plays Brunhilde can be any size. It's just typically that larger opera singers have more of the ability to do some of the songs required. An actress who plays her in the film stage recording I've got is quite slim, but she does a good job. Making me wonder if you truly need such size to truly do some of her songs. Oh yeah, I've also got an adaptation of The Ring of the Nibelung, which happens during Volume 2 of the Eternal Saga, a story arc from Thor. And yeah, they pretty much just split it into 2 volumes for the paperback release. A bit premature there. Oh, reached the end of the line, have we? I suppose we have. So, watched Gone with the Wind recently. I mean, yeah, it's not the best movie, it's not aged great in some respects. But it is one of the best epic films. Of course, yeah, oh, come on. The protagonists become less sympathetic with each passing year. To an extent, I guess. For Confederates, Rhett Butler and Ashley Rogues are surprisingly sympathetic. To an extent. I mean, they'd very much be unsympathetic if they were like they were in the book. Members of the KKK. It's a very nice bridge. But thankfully, the creators of the film did not go down that route. They weren't interested in making the second coming of Birth of a Nation. Have I seen that film in its entirety? No. I was shown a scene for film class, one of my film classes, because, well, I had film classes that covered different subjects. So it wasn't just like, oh, you can just take a film class. No, there's film classes for different things. But yeah, I've never seen the entirety of The Birth of a Nation, and I have no intention to. So if you're wondering why I'm on 1.17, and I should probably get back to that Gone with the Wind bit, so that the 1.17 thing can wait. Gone in the Wind is something that I've only watched in one sitting twice. With films that are split between two discs, and before that, two VHSs, I watched Return of the King in one sitting. Well, I don't really do it any more most of the time, simply because, I gotta stand up, I gotta do something else. I can watch the rest of it later in the day or the next day if need be. And Gone with the Wind is something I've only watched in one sitting twice. Why? Well, the first time was with my Nana on Netflix. The second time was part of my morning marathon for the passing of Olivia de Havilland. Where did I end up? Like I entered into another dimension or something. Oh, and let me... What? Oh, right. Excuse me one moment. Okay, sorry about that. Just had to plug the computer, plug the charger in, and didn't want to waste screen time on me getting back into position. So yeah, Gone with the Wind. First time I ever watched it in one sitting was with my Nana on Netflix. So yeah, no switching over to another disc. And yeah, second time was due to the passing of Olivia de Havilland. So I watched all of her movies that I have, which also included The Adventures of Robin Hood and the 1935 version of A Midsummer Night's Dream. Which of course has James Cagney as Bottom. Orange light's not blinking, not sure what was going on when I first plugged it in. The computer recognized it was plugged in, but it wouldn't charge. Now I don't know, it was like the socket I had connected to had briefly died or something. It was just nothing short of bizarre. Now we're on 28 phone charge. Excellent, excellent. So yeah, if you're wondering why I'm on 1.17.1, I was on a realm yesterday, which is of course on 1.17.1, with some friends. I drowned 3 times trying to get back the stuff I lost when mining. Ultimately gave up all the redstone I lost. Alex? Hello, Alex. What are you up to, Goofy? Hey. I know, Alex, this isn't usually where I record Minecraft. Last night was crazy on the realm. First, Ender Dragons were spawned in, but when the Ender Dragons didn't attack, then the Wellers were brought in. I sealed myself inside our mine. Then the realm owner, that crazy Parker, used his I don't know, moderator cam powers to see where I was, and then he teleported me. Out of the mine where I probably fell to my death. My intention had been to go back to the mine to avoid the Wellers. But I found that due to me having sealed the mine up with dirt, I simply couldn't find it due to the dirt having turned back to grass. You know what I mean. So I just had to avoid the Wellers until they eventually flew out to sea chasing after a dolphin. Yeah, it was a crazy night. I'm honestly wondering what skin Sam and Pry will choose for me for the Halloween pack out of the skins that come with it. For the Chinese one, it was the Chinese moon goddess Chang'e. For the Egyptian one, it was the Sphinx. I thought they were going to choose Hatshepsut, but no, they went with the Sphinx. So it could be anyone. Oh, come on. Come on. Why? Why is this happening? Come on. Come on. What is... I should have restarted the computer before heading to sleep last night. Going to sleep. Okay, what's going on? Not responding. Why am I not surprised? again, not responding. Why is this happening? I thought this was a 1.16 thing. Oh, come on. Oh, everything... No, don't jinx it, don't jinx it. So, anyway, Mark, Raid, and Bob had Latin's Wrath. Me and my friends had Parker's Insanity. No private streaming, so she probably got mic falling down, and please, why is the not responding happening? what's going on. Facebook and Reddit. Okay. Oh, I see. Dressed like a clownfish. I'm not sure if I'm prepared for the Halloween mashup pack, if I'm going to be honest with you guys. Which I always am. But, I'm no more prepared for that mashup pack than I am for the Norse one, which of course will eventually be covered. I've not found all of the music discs in the Norse one. I've not found all of the music discs in the Halloween one, because for the ones officially made by Minecraft and not by different groups, there are music discs hidden throughout the worlds that you have to find. I mean, I know I can look on YouTube, but whoa. This is new. Whoa. Excellent crown. I know. Oh, jeez. No, 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 no. I'm gonna try that again in a bit. I know the mashup pack roads are labeled as small on official sites like the Microsoft Store and whatnot. Or, I don't know, probably by reviewers. But here's what I say. I say if a world is big enough for you to get lost in, then it's not small. And sometimes size can be an illusion. Yeah, it's definitely an illusion. Sometimes. You're new. The Egyptian mythology mashup pack is a good example of a world that might look small, but in Minecraft, but really it is an example of size being an illusion. With the dungeons, the tombs, the pyramids. Oh, it's much bigger than you think. But thankfully I don't get lost in that one. Well, technically I do, but Hatshepsut's mortuary temple is basically a maze. And the nether portals are quite creepy on the Egyptian pack also. Well, they're blue or cyan, one of the two. And in it you can see mummified heads, which you also see in the soul sand. As I said, it's creepy. Something that Sam even said was the case when we recorded together. I mean, I do a recording where it's me, Pry, and Sam, and I did a recording where it's just me. And that's how I do things. Pry and Sam don't have Bedrock, so it's just me streaming on Discord while they comment on it. And yeah, the quality, a lot of the time when I do the one where it's all of us, it's good, but the frame rate goes down. When it's just me, the frame rate for the recording is perfectly fine. I mean, hopefully Sam will get Windows 10 at some point, and Pry will get Minecraft Bedrock at some point, so then things will change. And then I can just invite them to my invite them to join me. I'm pretty much like a Minecraft amphibian at this point. I can go between Bedrock and Java, Java to Bedrock. Honestly, I wish they did have Bedrock and that Sam did have Windows 10 so I could invite them to join me in that world because, as I said, I get lost in the Halloween world. Going in alone would just be helpful to have someone else along. To give me a hand so I know where I'm going. I mean, they wouldn't really know it any better than I would, but having someone that keeps you from getting lost is a good idea. We were supposed to do the Greek pack, but with October on its way, I thought, hey, let's just do the Halloween one and put the Greek one on hold. We schedule it for another Saturday. And another thing that I should bring up is that the Halloween pack is sufficiently creepy. Like spine-tingling creepy. Showing up your spine, however you want to call it. Honestly, just having some people there with me might help. The ambiance is great. I mean, even regular Minecraft can be creepy. And the Egyptian mythology one was creepy, as I said. But, well, when you're going into the Nether, you should expect the Nether to be creepy. Yes, Alex? What? Yes, baby. I sit cross-legged in bed, and of course he wants to lay on my lap. Yeah, I love him. Good cat. So I watched the first part of, I mean that's what I was calling it, part 1, not season 1. Watched part 1 of Masters of the Universe Revelations. It's really not that bad. Really not that bad. And I don't mind the change of protagonist for the first part. I mean, it's called Masters of the Universe. For the franchise is called Masters of the Universe, not He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Although the television series and the franchise do bear that title. The title is officially Masters of the Universe, meaning it doesn't always have to be He-Man. Anyone on the villain always has to be Skeletor, but at the end of the day, yeah, that's pretty much who it is. Honestly, I would have preferred Lord Hess. Mark Hamill as Skeletor, excellent. Kevin Conroy as Merman was quite amusing. Stephen Root was great as Cringer. Liam Cunningham was great as Man-at-Arms. I mean, I guess I might as not. Guess there's no point with spoilers since everyone's talked about it. He-Man dying, Skeletor dying, and then of course they come back to life. And other things like the deconstruction of the franchise. Of course, it's not really that bad. As I said, it's called the franchise is called Masters of the Universe. Have someone else as the protagonist for once. Not He-Man. Perfectly fine with Teela being the protagonist. Yeah, well, I do approve of taking advantage of the fact that it's called Masters of the Universe, therefore meaning you don't have to have He-Man as the protagonist. I think part 2 is gonna really focus on He-Man, so guess that flies out the window. But then again, He-Man, Adam and Teela are probably gonna be getting co-protagonists, so I guess that's not entirely disappointing. Because on the one hand, yeah, we get someone else as a protagonist, but on the other hand, still got, and the other protagonist is still who we usually get. And as for Skeletor still being the main villain, with him coming back to life and all that. Oh, for God's sake, we couldn't have had King Hiss. Just someone else. I mean, Skeletor's dead. They killed off Skeletor, or seemingly did, in the first episode. They couldn't have had one of his underlings take up the... Well, in a way, I guess they did, with Triclops and his motherboard called at Snake Mountain. But on the other hand, Merman is working independently, and Evil-Lyn works with the heroes just so she can bring Skeletor back to life. Yeah, really, have someone else as the villain for a change. I mean, I know they can't do Hordak because of some legal nonsense. Masters of the Universe He-Man belonging to Netflix, She-Ra belonging to DreamWorks. Good lord, the franchise has been divided. I mean, I don't even know if that's accurate, but whatever the nonsense is, it means we can't have Hordak as who Teela goes up against, but we already had him as an antagonist in She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, so of course, and we already have Skeletor as the main antagonist in the new He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, so I'm just saying. If you're gonna give us someone else for the protagonist, then for God's sake, give us someone else for the antagonist. I'm just saying, King Hiss. I'm gonna bring Flog back. Or if you're gonna go ahead and make Teela a protagonist, make Evil-Lyn the main antagonist. Make her a villain in her own right instead of the underling. But no, it's gotta be Skeletor. Yeah, it's gotta be Skeletor, doesn't it? Who would I have made the main villain instead of just going with the tired old Skeletor thing? I don't know. As I said, King Hiss, wonderful idea. Flog's also an excellent idea. Like, here's an idea. Maybe... Oh, I don't know. What I'm thinking is... Instead of, well, if you know the new adventures of He-Man, you know that He-Man ends up going to the future of his world Eternia, where the attire of the civilians is just as Bronze Age in appearance as the civilians of his own time. Yes, no change in attire, it seems. I mean, his parents had a fairly stereotypical medieval look to their own attire, so I don't know. Where was I going with this? Just combine the two time periods. So, the mutants and Skeletor's faction, whatever the hell it's called. Yeah, the Evil Warriors or whatever. Masters of Darkness. Oh, like I even remember. King Hiss's faction gets the Snake Men, Hordax gets the Evil Horde. Flog's faction gets the Evil Mutants. What does Skeletor's faction get? Nothing memorable, that's what. Yeah, just why Skeletor? You could have just killed him off permanently and had someone else rise up. With this expansive library of characters, we're ultimately left with the same antagonist we always have, and in the case of having co-protagonists, one of them is the same protagonist we always have. Yeah, for the most part. No, if I was gonna go the co-protagonist route, I'd, yeah, keep Tina, but also have Cringer be one of the co-protagonists. I like Cringer, I like Battlecat, he's my favorite character in the franchise. Come on. No, I keep telling myself maybe I should just write a story involving not exactly fan fiction, but an original piece of work for a pre-existing franchise, from something pre-existing, and submit it to the company, see if they'll publish it. I really think about doing that with Transformers. And go back to how they were in the Generation 1 comics back during Marvel's tenure. Have it be different. Good Autobots, evil Autobots, evil Decepticons, good Decepticons. Make it a lot more grey than it typically is. Maybe kill off Optimus in the first chapter, and then keep him dead for the rest of the story. Optimus and Megatron. And I'm not gonna do that tired-owned... I mean, yeah, I like Galvatron more than I do Megatron, but it's about giving someone else the spotlight. I don't know, maybe Shockwave. If Marvel Comics had Shockwave usurp Megatron, then yeah, that's a good idea, and really, I'm surprised. The franchise has been going on since 1984. Give us someone else as the main villain. Have Megatron be like the starter villain or something, but give us someone else. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of outrage from fans, but yeah, give us someone else. Of course, with a franchise less long, there's a lot to draw from. I'd definitely draw from Beast Wars. Beast Machines. Oh, franchise that long. What do I choose to take from, and what do I choose not to take from? With a franchise that long, how do you choose to make everything equal in what you draw from? I don't know, it's probably why I stick to my original writings for the most part. Try to make something original with a pre-existing franchise is just so damn hard. Yeah, I'm probably feeling Optimus Primal instead of Optimus Prime. The Maximals and the Predacons instead of the Autobots and the Decepticons. The Autobots and the Decepticons, good lord. Jeez. Yeah, I know, the factions of the original series, but good lord, they just get too much. They just appear too much. I want to see... You know, I want to see Dinobot brought... I want to see a new version of Dinobot. I want to see a new version of Cheetor. I want to see a new version of Tigatron. And I don't see not happening in the Transformers franchise unless they stop with this Autobot and Decepticon thing. I mean, I get it. Original factions, but... Oh, I don't know. How do I put this? It's like Hasbro introduced these later groups and then were like, no, it's gotta be the originals from now on. No one knew. Yeah, we introduced the Maximals, the Predacons, the Viacons, the Minicons, and Transformers Armada. Now there can't be anyone else. It has to be these characters. Yeah, I know the Predacons were brought back for Transformers Prime. But I want them to be a major faction, not a faction that appears like a third or halfway through. It's just, it doesn't have to be the originals, you know? It doesn't have to be in the original faction. It doesn't have to be characters that debuted in Generation 1. It can be someone else. No, I'd probably like to do something like that for Marvel or DC. Write an original work for them and see if they'd publish it. I doubt they would. What I've got are some stories on Inkit, Wattpad, Web Novel. Who would ever want to And of course I got my Aunt Lynn, who's been editing The Crown Chevalier since, what, 2017? She's a publisher friend, and I'm not sure if she's forgotten about it, or if she's not heard back as the editor. I mean, as not one who wrote the story, shouldn't I have heard? Shouldn't I have been notified? Oh, okay. Have I read the Generation 1 Marvel comics? The Transformers Generation 1 comics from Marvel? I have not, but I'd probably have to get that grayer morality down. I mean, I'm not gonna make Optimus a villain or Megatron a hero. Jeez, who even would I? I mean, I'm aware with Megatron I'm aware outside of whatever that continuity is where things are switched around. I don't want to be like that, because I'm fairly familiar with the Transformers franchise. There's some continuity where it's switched around, where the Decepticons are the heroes and the Autobots are the villains, and then I'm aware that there's whatever this comic continuity, there's multiple Generation 1 continuities. And whatever this, I think it's the series by IDW Publishing. They had Megatron go from villain to hero, and I mean, okay, that's not exactly what I have in mind. What I have in mind is like, good and evil is everywhere, but to find the good you have to be willing to look for it. Like the way I think, Megatron's like one of the bad individuals amongst the Decepticons, and then there would be one of the good individuals. He's a bad individual and he's the leader of the faction, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're all bad. Just like Optimus Prime. He's a good individual and he's the leader of the faction, but that doesn't mean the Autobots are all good. And I know that at the end of the day, the franchises like Transformers and Masters of the Universe are sold to are their purpose is to sell toys, but if that's the case, then they never would have. There would have been a veto about. If that was strictly the case, there would have been a veto about what was done back in the Marvel days of the Generation 1 comics. There wouldn't have been any evil Autobots, there wouldn't have been any good Decepticons. And I guess we still get that on occasion. Got it in the Michael Bay films with Sentinel Prime being an Autobot and at the same time being the villain. But outside of that, we don't really get it, do we? And I'm telling you what, I'm not really feeling Sentinel as a villain. Part of that, I don't know. As a writer, and if I were to bring up something of my own involving a pre-existing work to that work's owner, I'd want it to be, which in this case would be, if it was to be Transformers, it would be Hasbro. If it would be Masters of the Universe, it would be, well, Mattel. I wouldn't want it to be something that had been done before. I mean, Transformers Animated, have Sentinel be a jerk. Transformers, whatever, Revenge of the Idiots, I don't know. What even was that one called? I have it on DVD, but I don't really watch it that often. What was it? Dark Side of the Moon? Sentinel Prime as a villain has been done before. Now, if I were to do something original involving Aquaman and bring it to DC, oh, I don't know, probably no Ocean Master, no Black Manta, no Aqualad. Go back to the Golden Age stuff. Well, that's actually the first time this is actually the first time I've ever actually put into words talking about something like that. weird. No, it'd have some sort of an idea. Something that could be brought to Marvel Comics. Fall of the Kingpin. Involving Spider-Man, Daredevil, the Punisher. And when Kingpin is finally defeated, the Punisher would turn on Spider-Man and Daredevil. I have no reason to like Punisher. I really don't like him as a character. And ultimately, I guess it's just my desire to see the Punisher buried. He's the black spot of Marvel Comics characters. I mean, yeah, I've got his Netflix show on my to-watch list. But I really don't like the character. He's pretty much a glorified murderer. Instead of writing a character that pays homage to him into the Carchemish series, but with the intended purpose of him being a villain, and ultimately highlighting all the things that make the Punisher a terrible character. No, if I were to write for Marvel, I do, or DC, I do these big team-ups, like take a certain villain, and if he or she is a member of multiple rogues galleries, bring those heroes together to take him down, to take him or her down. I mean, Spider-Man, Black Panther, and Cage are teaming up to fight to bring down Kraven the Hunter. Wouldn't that be awesome? But, I'm a nobody with ideas that no one would want to read. And then why do I write? Out of some hope that somebody does want to read what I write. And I guess there are people who do want to read what I write. Hello, Alex. Alright. Yeah, Batman the Brave and the Bold was a great show, and it's funny that Marvel never tried to counter it. Like having one of their heroes just going around the Marvel Universe teaming up with other heroes. Wolverine or Nick Fury, I'm not sure if it would work. Captain America, maybe? Yeah. Guess the question I have to ask myself is, or just anyone has to ask, is when you're working with a pre-existing franchise to bring something forward to the owner of that franchise, how do you choose who to use and who not to? Well, that's all for today, everyone. I'm Brian Croy Dragon, signing out. Oh, jeez. Stay straight.